Hey, how's it going, guys? New video for you here today. We're going to be at Laguna Seca in the MX5. So we're going to start out here on lap one. So going into 1 and 2, you're going to use this line here as your brake marker. You're going to shift down to third and second relatively quick. About 70% on the brakes. And then right as you get at this first sausage curb, you're going to shift down to first. And you're going to do a little blip of the throttle just to keep the rear end from kicking out on you. You still got some brakes, still trailing in. Once you get about even here and you start to get that car turned, you're going to be trailing off the brakes completely. Make sure you use a lot of wheel right here at your maximum rotation point. So the maximum rotation point right there. Right before you get on throttle, you see that's when you have your most wheel. Then from that point on, you're going to be opening up. You see you're throttling through. So if you're rolling through 2, you're going too slow. So you need to be, and you're not braking correctly. You're not setting up correctly for it. So your maximum rotation point, obviously, you're going to come down and you're going to meet this first curb, and then you're going to rotate your car right here. And you're going to open it up, bring it to the curb. Then you're going to immediately get over here to the left side. Make sure you're using all your track limits, and we're going to use 2 as our brake marker. So we're going to go up to about 30%, 35%. We're going to do a quick stab and trail of the brake. And you're going to drift over as far right as you can. You're going to be turning your wheel a lot here. See how as I'm coming over it, I'm giving that last little bit of wheel, and I'm already on the throttle. See how soon I'm on the throttle here? So I'm turning that wheel that extra little bit, and then I'm on the throttle. And even using a little more wheel there, just to make sure that it keeps it on the track. You're going to be keeping it in second for 3. You're going to shift up to third, and then here about the 2 marker, you're going to drop the throttle. You're going to do a complete lift. You're going to try to get over as close to this red sausage curb as you can, and then you're going to give it about 50% throttle as you approach. And then as you go through, you're going to start to go up to 100. So for me, this is my worst part of the track. If I could master this section here, I'd probably be running in the 137s. So I feel like this is probably my weakest point. But you can do what I'm doing here and still obviously run a really good time. So 2, little before the 2 actually. So probably between this line and the 2 is going to be your brake marker. Yeah. So you're going to shift quickly from 4th to 2nd. About 60% on the brakes. Very quick trail off. Make sure and bring it all the way over to the curb. Make sure you get a lot of wheel before you get on the throttle. See there, once again, I'm giving that little bit extra on the wheel as I'm giving it a little bit of throttle, and then right after I get that extra wheel, that's when I get full throttle. Because you don't want to go through this and then be on exit and having to add more steering. So you want to have your steering, your maximum steering right before you're getting back onto the throttle. Then you want to do, you want to do the biggest part of your steering in the middle of the corner. It's going to be tough to keep it on track here, just trial and error. You're just going to have to practice it. Okay, so you got another tricky corner here for 6. About the 2 marker, I'm going to do a full lift. And I'm going to start to turn over. You're going to be turning a lot earlier than you think for this. You can see there, I'm a little bit of turning, then right before I get back on the throttle, I take the wheel all the way over. Throttle through the apex, in third still. So this, something that a lot of people don't understand about this turn here, is you've got this little bit of camber you can see right here in the track. And that's really going to help you turn the car. And that's why in the MX5 you don't even have to brake here. You'll see a lot of people during races, especially in the lower splits, you'll see a lot of guys braking here. So if you're behind somebody, always be prepared and expect the worst, and know that they could be braking, especially in this section. Which this is a place where you can, if you've got a guy, 3-4 car lengths ahead of you, this is a really good spot to make up time if you do it right. So let's watch it one more time. Here at the 2, we're lifting and we're going to do a turn in. And then right here, we're going to give it that extra bit of wheel. See that? That's what's helping us hug this sausage curve. That little turn there is what's keeping us from going off track. And this camber in the track is going to help turn the car. Very close there, using all the track limits. You'll know you nailed that section and the section before if you're getting very close to going into 4th gear coming up this hill. So for the corkscrew, a lot of people get this wrong. So you'll notice here, 3 is my brake marker. I'm going to give it a little bit of brake before, and then after I cross that crest. See how you got this crest here? What you have to realize about these crests is when you're going up a hill, it's like gravity's pushing back against your wheels. Your wheels are being pushed up into your chassis, and it's giving you extra grip. So if I was to brake right now and then this continued to be an uphill section, and let's say it just kept going uphill and then turned, I would have so much grip there because it's the compression, because of the compression of the hill on the car itself. But when you top a hill like this and you've got this here, what we call a crest, that compression gets completely lost here in just a split second. So it's like the wheels drop out from underneath the car, and that's going to give you a lot less grip. So that's why when I brake here, I'm using just a little bit of brake, and then once I get across that crest, you see me extend the brakes there even further. So that's to avoid locking up on that crest. So and then I wait to downshift. Once I extend those brakes, then I downshift a second. And then down to first. Start to trail off as you turn. Look at that, you got the maximum amount of wheel mid corner. And then as I trail off the brake and get onto the throttle, that's when I start to open the wheel up. Once again here, you can't really see it, but you have, see this camber here? This is another situation where it's going to help you turn the car. That's why a lot of people spin out here, is because they see this big turn and they're trying to turn the car too much, and they're not realizing that this camber here can help you to turn the car, so you don't have to turn the wheel quite as much as you're coming through you'll see as I come through this, look here. Look how much wheel I use for this section. See that little orange notch there on these other turns? It's been almost 90 degrees over. But for this, especially coming through it, you don't need that much because it's going to help you to turn the car. Okay. So let's watch it again. Throttling through it, up to second. Bring it over as far to the right as you can. There will be some instances when you come out of this corkscrew where you're going to get pushed over here to the left. So don't fight your car too much trying to get to the right. Just get it as far over as you can. I've noticed that little shift to second also is really good. Listen to the wheels. Listen to the wheel screeches when I shift into second. For some reason it just helps turn the car a little more and helps me get over closer to the right side. So for this, you're going to shift here like you normally would, and then you're going to start to drift down to the middle of the track, and you're going to kind of come through here, and then you're going to lift, and this lift is going to help if you hit it right. It's really a trial and error thing, but if you hit it right and you lift at the right time, it's going to pull you over here close to this curb, which is going to allow you to carry more speed through here. See that? See how my car kicked over to the left from that lift? Watch it again. See that? It's because that lift is, you know, when you brake, you're putting more weight on the front, but in this car, by lifting, you're also shifting weight forward. So when I lift, it's shifting that weight to the front tires, which is allowing that little bit of wheel input. Watch, I don't even have to use that much wheel to get it over there. See, now I am. Just to keep it there and to keep me from going wide, but you can see there how that lift brings you over to the left side, which can really help you setting up for turn 10. So get over here as far left as you can, use all your track limits, and you're gonna, Brett 2 is gonna be your brake marker. No downshifts, you're gonna use about 50-60% brake, and then you're trailing right back off of it. And you're gonna see here you've got another instance of camber on the track, which is gonna help you to turn the car, and you're going to shoot through that camber, and it's going to help you to maintain your speed. So I'm already off the brakes, and look at this, I'm already throttling through this camber. I did a little bitty lift there, and see I'm still 100% throttle through it. So watch it again, watch the car shoot through that. See that wheel? Giving it mid corner is when you've got the furthest amount of wheel, and then you open it up coming out. So setting up for the last turn, final turn, turn 11, I usually try to brake between 2 and 1. Sometimes I'll brake at 2, especially in the race. I'll start to build up, but my peak brake pressure is going to be right about the 1 or a little before the 1, and we're going about 75-80%. Downshift all the way to first relatively quickly. You'll notice when I shift into first, I give it just a little bit of a throttle blip. See there, that little bit of blip just helps me to keep the car from spinning out on me. So start to trail your brake off. And now another thing I did mention is notice my turn in to all these corners. It's a gradual turn. I'm not jerking the wheel. See how I'm gradually turning in? Gradually turning in, and then right before I get back on throttle, I have my maximum amount of wheel right there. So I'm doing that every time. I'm gradually turning the wheel, and then I'm giving it one final little bit of wheel before I get on to the throttle and make my exit. Didn't handle that corner perfectly, but And sometimes also I'll do a little bitty, like on mid corner, I'll do a little bitty, especially coming coming down into the corkscrew. I will kind of just very, very slightly jerk the wheel to the left just to kick the rear end out, which I kind of do here, right there. Then you just bring it to the line. So now we'll let the whole lap play. Alright, there you go, guys. I try to, in these lap guides, I try to be a little more in-depth and give you the tools, helping you to understand the things like the camber, the hill and the crest, and why these things, how these things affect the car, in hopes that you can take these times and improve upon them. I still think there's more time there. I still think I'll probably improve on this because there's laps where I'm, far into the green delta. But I just wanted to put this one out before the week's over. And sorry it's late. Hopefully you can use this guide next season when it comes around as well. But yeah, hopefully this will help you guys. And if it did, all I ask is you leave a quick like and subscribe. It goes a long way. And if you notice here, I've got my Sim Magic wheel on my Race Lab overlay. I also have a video up about how to do that, how to download a picture of a wheel through your face or anything and use it as the wheel on here. Because if you'll notice on Swalio's video, he has his channel logo as the wheel. So there you can make your own custom wheels for these. So yeah, anyhow, thanks for watching, and you guys have a good day.